John Williams, good evening, Council and Mayor. I want to commend 4 of the 5 city councilmen who tonight decided to do what I think was the right thing instead of what transpired 2 weeks ago when we voted to pay this bill. Of course, I'm speaking of the overpayment or the overcharge or the additional charge for additional work by Forest Grove that was not in line with the contract. Business is about contracts. Government is about contracts. The wording was clear. It was absolutely clear. This is what has to happen if you're going to change the contract. I too would hate to see Forest Grove decide they don't want to remain here, but they get an awful lot of business from this city, and I don't think they'll leave. They do have 6 or 7 offices. They're big boys. They should know how to do business according to the rules of business and live by the words of the contracts that they enter into, just like we have to. And we have a water company, a power company, they entered into a contract 8 years ago that they didn't seem to fully understand. It cost them $52 million, cost us $52 million, because they could not get out of the contract that they had signed. That's the way it works. You sign a contract, you better know what it says, and you better follow it, or you better be fully prepared to pay the consequences. And I commend you for protecting $22,000 of the taxpayers' money. It may not seem like a lot to the city, but it seemed like a lot to a lot of the people in the city, and it is a lot of money. Thank you.
Associates. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Appreciate your advice and your counsel that you provided regarding agenda item 11. I would just state a few things. I'm not here to refute your decision or anything like that, but just wanted to clarify something that Ms. Hunt said, and that was according to 3.1. It says the city agrees to pay Forest Grove a total amount not to exceed $58,375 for the services specified in this agreement. The services changed based on the city's direction to our company during the design phase. Councilman Rapson noted that he felt it was our responsibility to write a letter. We did voice that we had a concern to city staff, and I think that there's a little mix-up on whose responsibility it is to take the next step. Is it city staff's responsibility to take the next step, or is it Forest Grove Associates? That responsibility is not stated in the contract, and maybe we can make that a little better in future contracts to understand whose responsibility it is to take care of that. The other thing is there is section 12.6 does state the execution of the change shall be authorized and signed in the same manner as this agreement, which means it does have to come before council for approval. We understand that. We have done contracts. We've been in business for 51 years. We do understand that. But what I don't understand is it my job to get an agenda item prepared to come before city council? Is it my job, after I communicate that there's an issue, that I need to call the city manager or the city council and say I need this agenda item taking place? That is not responsibility, isn't discussed in the contract. But we did voice the concern to city staff, and it was not followed through on. And I'm trying to understand what my responsibility is to get this item to you. I think that that's something that that can be clear in our future contracts. And thank you for your time.